Like,
No, go ahead. Go
really
ahead.
quick. So I believe that if you have less than 2 plates on the bar while benching, 2 plates is pretty reasonable. You don't grunt. No grunting. Okay. Yeah. No. I'll stay with that. It's the same rule as like when you deadlift. You start with 130. You start with the 135. Doesn't matter how much. You can deadlift 10 plates or deadlift 100 pounds, but you start with 135 on the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the same rule. It's gym etiquette. And if this
So
guy was
you're saying you start with 135 on the bench at all times.
yes, on the bench and deadlift. Deadlift's the rule.
Yeah.
Deadlift like you
And
don't-
squat.
you don't-
And squat.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, squat. I do start with the bar. Just kind of get my like joints warmed up.
Wow.
So I sit there and just hold it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
I know,
Same dude
I'm
that
a
wore
weakling.
stringer
You don't got to be a
yesterday.
beta. Huh?
Same dude that wore a stringer yesterday.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you did work. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 66 of the Throne Room. We are executing the order, if you will. Anyway, we got Alex King, Josh Pink, Zach Smith on the show. How the hell are y'all doing?
Grand.
Outstanding.
That
Ready
was
to roll.
really awful answers. I need something better. I need energy. I don't need grand. Grand. Swell.
In a word, oh.
Fun.
Fun? You're doing fun.
I'm doing fun.
You're doing fun.
I'm doing
fun
fun.
in your stringer.
I'm doing
in your
funner.
stringer.
Listen, the stringer incident, forgive
It's not
me.
an incident. You just wore a stringer.
Forgive
It
me,
wasn't
Lord,
his
for
fault.
I,
We talked about this.
forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned.
Yeah, it's
It
ridiculous.
wasn't
I did wear a
his
stringer.
fault.
It was
Now,
your fault.
It was more of a tank top. My nipples were not out the entire time. Did I have a nip slip or two? Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
You-
But it's titled on the website I bought it, stringer. Like something like it was like I don't know, Oasis stringer was like the clothesline. So Oasis stringer. But it fits like a tank top. So and so I personally like the cutout back because it was a back day and it was a pool day. So the cutout back was nice. You gotta flex it when you can.
We need an outside fourth party.
Yeah.
Nipples were not out. So technically it was a stringer, but it was not like the stringer we talked about last
Okay,
week. So where it's
how about this? If as our honorary third party, you the listeners, comment down below in the comments whether you think stringers are appropriate or not. I'm saying no. It's ridiculous. Who are we as a people, as a country?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
After reviewing the play, the player did not exceed more than 5 minutes of nipple outage.
Oh,
Therefore-
great. That's not a rule. So
Well, what is
5
the
minutes is a
limit?
long time for a nipple to be
5
out.
minutes is a very
If
long
he's there
time.
for an hour and
I would definitely say did not exceed 5 seconds.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
And that was like while I was doing reps. And so like my half right. And plus I have really wide nipples. So, like my nipples are like almost on the side of my. It's weird.
Okay.
I'm built weird.
Okay.
So
Built
I
different.
think I
Built
get it-
different.
Built
Different.
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 Built different.
Built different.
But I think that I think it's an exception to the rule. 'cause-
Nipple slipped.
Nipple slipped.
And this was it's not a stringer. So I think I could wear this to high school and not get kicked out of school.
No
Or,
way.
like, for
It
the
depends
day.
on the school.
True. My school was pretty rough. My school you can wear leggings. You had to. Well, you can wear leggings, but your shirt had to
Imagine.
come down to like your knees.
Imagine.
Y'all were
picking up
uniform.
your
Y'all went to
skirts.
like
Yeah.
yeah, private
Come on now.
Catholic school
Catholic. Get out of here.
or Christian school.
Yeah,
whatever.
come on. Listen, we're not pedophiles.
No,
Okay.
no,
I'm not saying all Catholics are pedophiles. It's just
most.
check the tape. Check the tape. I don't know what you want me to say.
Give her a listen.
Yeah.
Episode 65.
Episode 65, we got deep into pedogate. We also talked about stringers, and literally that was last night we recorded that.
I
So
know.
I don't know.
Yes.
You had
I
a change
know.
of heart somewhere, and I want to understand. Look,
Uh huh.
I need to understand. I need to understand.
It was. I'm not gonna say it was a dollar bill width. It was a little smaller than that. But
Gosh.
okay. You know what? I shouldn't even say anything. It was more. I shouldn't even say anything. Shouldn't even mention it. It was more. It was classified as a stringer, yes, but it was technically it fit like a tank top.
Okay,
And so for
go
that, I'm justified.
go in the comments and sound off on whether or not stringers
Condemn
are
him.
appropriate. Yes, condemn him so we can roast him on the show. Speaking of roasting, this episode's dedicated to roasting Josh Pink.
The roast of Josh Pink.
So-
my two worlds collide.
We should honestly just to start out so that everyone like kind of get a feel for who we are. We roast each other. So like this is your
A lot.
episode. Next weekend, next episode
Next
is
ed.
me, and then the episode after that we'll roast you.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to do it until we get the agenda back up. But by the way, the agenda is entirely your responsibility.
You are right.
Yeah. So
I had less than a day though.
less than a day. How long does it take to
2.
got it? Anyway, so yeah.
I'm a busy
Okay.
man. I got just sleep
You
until
were
3.
okay, yeah, that we're gonna There's one for you.
The Throne Room and its staff will be at the University of Texas A&M
Recreational Center.
Center at 5
Center for
p.m.
Recreation.
5 p.m. Yes,
Yep.
we will be doing chest and shoulders. It's
Possibly
the ultimate push day.
triceps.
Okay, we need to roast Josh, so let's get into it.
Got it.
You don't have to.
We're going to.
Okay.
So, Smith, come on, bring it home. Start us off. Start us off strong. Start us off strong here. We need you. We need you right now.
All right, I'll just talk about the first time I
Come
met
on.
this dude.
Come on.
So, freshman year, right, showing up to FOW in the core. You know, I'm nervous.
Which, for those of you listening at home, that stands for Fallout Week.
Freshman orientation week.
I mean,
Freshman
Okay.
orientation week, 10-day period, yada yada, core BS.
jargon.
Yeah, jargon, nomenclature for pretty much like a basic thing where you learn how to put on. I'm not going to bore the audience with
Okay.
it. So
Okay.
we were there. We go and you find out you're kind of randomly assigned roommates. And so it's a pretty big deal. You know, finding out your roommate is when you live so close to each other and you're like, oh man, I hope he's not a freak. Hope he's not a douche or something like that. So only picture I had of this guy was our group chat that we made during the summer. And it was a picture that it was like, he looked about 5'4" in the picture, really, really skinny, really dark. He looked like a little Filipino boy. I'm not gonna lie.
What was the picture? You remember?
He was
It's the one
holding
of
a
me
red
holding the
snapper.
fish at senior trip.
Yeah, he was holding a red snapper, and he had
senior
sunglasses on his nose.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, like this guy doesn't look too bad. Like it looks like a little small Filipino boy, which is fine.
Small little penis.
Little Filipino boy, it's fine. He's not there when I get there. He's late, so I go out to lunch with some other friend, like some of our other buddies that were there already. We get to know each other a little bit. I come back, he's still not there. He's late, and his
Typical.
stuff's already packed. So I guess I was like, well, crap. I guess I'm getting this side of the room then. So I go and I finally meet this kid like 30. It was like an hour or 30 minutes like before like it was supposed to like start.
Life was over.
And I walk into the room, and he's there alone. And I remember he's sitting down, already pretty much in fish dress, which is just like a white shirt and jeans. He was had a white shirt and jeans on, which is just, I'm not hating on anybody's dress code, you know what I mean? But I was like, you know, it's not what I was expecting per se. I remember seeing a gut that fell over his belt, and he had this long hair, but it was like the 80s hair where it was like split, parted down the middle.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Oh
like
yeah.
almost a bowl cut.
Yeah, I remember
And I was
that.
like, oh Lord.
Yeah.
He was like, how you doing? My name is Josh Pink. And I was like, all right, well, this is it. Yeah, he was a little. I got videos of myself on my phone. He was a chub, bro. And I was
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
yeah, I was like, this kid's not gonna last.
Yeah.
But here we are today, still
Hey,
roommates.
You lucked out with roommates.
I really did. We have some weirdos that we know, man.
Oh, y'all gonna make out now or
No, we'll save that for Monday.
save it for tomorrow at the
See you
gym?
in that.
There you go.
Tell you what. Okay, so speaking of being fat, you were always a big kid, and I remember. So this is actually Austin's story. So when you came, so
I know this already.
yeah. So I came to our high school halfway through 7th grade. You came a semester before me. You came in the beginning of 7th grade. Okay, so Austin was always the slowest kid during PE when they would run anything, whether it was long distance, short distance. He was the slowest guy, and he hated it.
Was he a big boy?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he was a bigger kid.
Okay.
And so he was always the slowest guy. And and he would work really hard. He would try to get faster, but he was just always the last one. Okay. So when Josh Pink came to our middle school, I guess at the time,
Bow-legged and all.
Austin made it his determination
Scurvy.
to make sure that he wasn't the last one in any sort of running exercise ever. And lo and behold, he beat you. And
Wow.
now you were the slowest kid
Oh no.
in the entire middle school.
Back in middle school, man, it was like that's how you got your rep. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
see me at the playground. We'll race.
Dude,
race.
dude, I remember-
shoes, we're racing.
Dude, bro, I remember in elementary school, it was like the way to get like elementary school girls.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm fast.
Yeah, the fastest kid.
That and flirting with girls were like throwing rocks at them.
Oh, okay. I think
or like spitting
I
on
know
them or
people who
something.
do, like,
I didn't spit
If you
on
can do a
anybody.
cartwheel as a male, like a perfect cartwheel,
Yeah.
the girls will drool.
Bro, I knew this hyper athletic kid. I think his name was like Adam or something. I don't remember. But he could do like a backflip, and he
Wow.
was a god.
Yeah,
he was a god in 2nd grade, bro. I
wanna
don't
be
even
him.
know. Yeah, I don't even
Girls
know.
want to date him. Guys want to be him, man.
Here's a story, and it's again we're getting off track here, but I have to say it. I started a cult in elementary school.
Big statement.
I started a cult. I guess this can kind of lead up into a roast of you. But so I started a cult, okay? And this cult was called the Da Puppy Cult.
The
Okay?
puppy.
Yeah, it was like the Da Puppy Clan. Basically, I started this thing where the whole point of the group was just to admire dogs. And I got almost every single girl in my grade to join it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
And we just admired dogs.
Key to
and
someone's
so,
heart, man. A
and
puppy.
so I would show pictures of my dog, whose name was Max, and my dog was deemed the cutest dog, so I became the president of this clan. And so
the supreme leader.
yeah, so I was so me and my dog Max were like the leader of this cult that I made up, where I would control all these, not control, that sounds really rapey, but I would basically I would appoint like my cabinet of dogs, and it would be these chicks' dogs. It was super weird. But anyway, I started a cult. So the roast. So how it turns
This
into.
has a lot of like the conversation we had last night about pedo gay, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's called the DePuppy Clan. I don't know. We all like dogs.
We had a Spire Angle as our group me logo.
Yeah. So so Josh apparently, as a kid, was told that he has all the characteristics for a good cult leader because he was so charismatic. Now I don't know.
Miss Lassiter.
Yeah, look, I'm one of your closest friends, and it scares me that I don't know if you've started a cult or not yet. Okay, I want to say you have, and you don't have the nuts to come out and say it.
That's where I go on weekends.
Yeah, you have a horse girl cult or something where you and like all your horse girls will go out and touch horses and ride them.
It's called the Horsey Clan.
The Horsey Clan, right?
And I have the cutest horsey.
Yeah. So you're slow and
I'm still slow, dude.
Have the cutest horsey.
well, listen. I mean, I'll tell you what. But you know, it's like we talked about last night. You lifted. I mean, I guess because I lied. I lied last night. I lied because you were in football. Okay.
Oh, but no, I'd be like, okay. who
And you
else is
still
weak?
worked out.
I was like, who else is weak?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I was trying to compare that to you don't have the muscle memory required to be strong.
Yeah.
But you do.
Well, no, because
You didn't have the willpower to be strong.
They'd give the workout,
The heart.
and it'd work out with you in Austin. And be like, hey, just throw those plates off real quick. Let me get the bar. 2.
Dude, yeah, it was bad. It was.
No, yeah, he told me the other day at the gym. Actually, we were bench pressing, and he was like, "My max like 4 years ago was 45 pounds. This bar. I remember when I could not get this bar.
Yep.
He was,
Yeah.
he was pushing. He was pushing.
I remember
35,
like
warming
middle
up.
school, I had to
Yeah.
do the PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not one of those.
No,
kids.
he was.
I was
No,
the
he
PVC
was.
pi-
No, he
oh,
was.
no,
PVC
Josh
pipe.
was.
And I don't really remember anybody else that had to do that. To be honest with you, I mean, do you remember
I'm
any
just
other
built
kids?
different.
I don't know what it is, man.
Well, because
It's a different come
they
up,
didn't
bro.
do football.
Which is confusing though, because
Jeez.
you're a descendant of your father.
Yeah, well,
And your father's a scary man.
he was built like Taylor till he went in the Air Force.
Yeah, but still, I mean, he's
Same age that I am right now.
Jesus. Well, Taylor might
Well,
blow up.
He was built like Taylor in middle school because Taylor's gotten tall.
Yeah, Taylor has gotten tall.
Papa Pink was shorter than me, older than me than I am right now.
Well, you'll get there. I mean, I can see the next year or two you'll be repping out some
The next
some,
Steve Cook.
some couple. Yeah, you'll be repping out some
Oh,
plates. I'll tell you
Steve
what,
Cook.
repping out some plates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Oh, I remember in football. Okay.
Preface: I wasn't one of those that was like brainwashed into doing high school football because like it's Texas. I have to be a man.
Well,
and do high
you
school
weren't
football.
from Texas. That's why.
I did it. I was like, oh, my friends are on football. Screw it.
yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah. Pretty much all your friends were in football. Tanner for whenever he was on.
Yeah.
Nick, me, Austin.
Are you talking about high school or middle school?
High school.
Both.
Both,
Didn't you
yeah,
play middle
both.
school football? Yeah. I don't even remember you in middle school football.
No, we didn't, because you were in another clan.
Different
No.
cult back then.
No, in middle school I was in y'all's clan. I was in another clique like freshman year.
Oh yeah. That was it.
Yeah. But I still played football, so and those
Yeah.
kids. Anyway, yeah. So I remember we were doing D line drills, and you were on the JV D line, and this was junior year. So I was a starting defensive end, and you were a JV like D tackle.
Were you the
And-
best JV defense or
Oh
tackle?
yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, bro! Who do you remember? Who else was on that line with you? Like all freshmen, but you know.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like I remember. You remember Andre?
Mm-hmm.
Andre was on it.
So he would have been a sophomore.
Wasn't there a senior? What was it, Gonzalez or something? Not
On
Ben
JV?
Gonzalez.
Josh?
Yes,
yeah, Josh.
whatever his
Gonzalez.
name was.
Yeah,
There was a
senior
yeah.
on
We,
it.
we
Is that allowed?
yeah.
And I played over him.
Wow.
Me-
Yeah,
That's
me
sad.
played
we've had
over-
a couple seniors
If
that
Joshua
played
Pink
JV.
plays over you at football on the
Yeah,
line.
That's a bad thing.
As a junior.
I'm
you
not
know.
gonna hate you though, because when I moved schools like between sophomore and junior year, and so according to UIL Texas, you have to wait 365 days, a whole year. It's like a helping recruiting problem for high school. You have to play on that. You cannot play on varsity sports a whole year after you move to school districts, right? And so junior year, coming from a bigger high school, like a smaller high school, I could not play varsity during the fall. Now I ended up getting my address changed and kind of been in the rules a little bit to play spring semester, so I get to play varsity baseball and track. But junior year, first semester for football, I played JV.
I had a similar
was
issue.
Yeah.
But I was just bad.
See, no, I was good. I'm not gonna say I dominated.
Oh, you're
on
built different.
JV. I'm talking about like these freshmen were 65. I mean, granted, I was like 130 pounds back then, but just my experience with their size was beautiful.
There you go.
It was the funnest thing.
There you go. Yeah.
But
no.
we had
So yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a couple seniors that had to play JV because they didn't get a snap on
That's sad.
varsity.
But
It is sad.
I was a JV star.
And it's even more sad when you know that like our football team was like 30 kids at max.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay,
know?
I was about to say, like, y'all had 30 kids like total.
We had like 30 kids in the high school football team, like max, you know,
Wow.
and that's including freshmen. So like if you're a senior and you don't even play one snap of varsity football, like that's a problem. I mean, but anyway, so yeah, this is junior year practice, and I remember one of the freshmen is for some reason they put him. It was Norris. They put him in because he wanted to be a defensive end or something like that. But he was a freshman anyway. So we were doing this drill where like he's emulating like a pulling guard or tackle, and I have to like come seal the block and keep my outside pad free to keep containment. So he's coming and he's like. He's obviously scared because I'm a starting junior and he's a freshman that is like literally 90 pounds, you know, soaking wet. So he pulls and he just like runs right into me and just falls right on his face. And it happened. And coach, the defensive line coach, just kept getting mad at him and wouldn't just put him out. So he just kept running into me as hard as he could and just falling.
Put him in the
So Josh ended up getting so fed up, and it was hot, and we weren't getting proper like water rest or whatever. So Josh just got so fed up, and he was like, you know what, just let me do it. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play with Josh a little bit. So Josh starts pulling, and I just go as hard as I can and hit him right in the ear hole.
Oh no!
And he,
This dude would turn my helmet when he'd hit me. I'd be like, I'm blind.
This kid like stumbled back, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Ouch.
But yeah, it was good times. So I
Poor
enjoyed
guy.
Go through like 3 years of high school football.
Mhm.
And like by the time I was done, I was like, wait, what position did I play?
Oh, dude, man.
I'd feel like, hey, Pink, go out there and play end, and I'd be like, which one's that?
Yeah, Coach Jackson would tell you to go out there and play some position. You're
I
like, where do I do?
I won't lie though, I think I was one of Jackson's favorites just because I was like his comedic relief.
Yeah, well, that is true.
I was the
loved
funny
watching
fat
you.
kid.
He, I'm sure Austin has a lot of stories about you playing
Oh,
football.
yes.
But
That was how
for all of high school, we would make fun of Josh's war stories because he played JV football, and he would make like on the line, he would make JV football sound like World War II
Normandy.
in like the trenches.
Normandy.
Yeah. You'd be like, dude, I remember you told us one time that right off the snap of the ball, you like did a front flip over this guy. Like you jumped over him. Like he told us that he hurdled a man.
That's a dang lie.
First of all, this guy has a 3-inch horizontal.
I was trying to justify it. I was like, he was really short.
No,
No.
it doesn't matter. He have to be a mouse.
I definitely understand.
He
still
would
does
have
it-
to be a
he does
mouse.
it to this day.
Oh, I know.
This dude exaggerates
He
like
exaggerates
no one. He's a
everything. I know.
pathological liar.
I know.
don't even
He
it.
does. He does. He exaggerates.
Plenty of instances where I know it's like to this day. We'd be freshman year or something like that. Like he would tell a story about like him like boning up to sophomores. Like he's like, dude, I cussed him out completely. And I was there, and he'd be telling other people, I'd be in the back, like. No, he did not.
Yeah. He loves to exaggerate.
Bro, I told
Yeah,
that
yeah.
dude to go F off.
Yeah,
There's
no
this-
hesitation.
No way.
There's this thing where, in fact, I was with Austin, and I was telling him about something that you said happened in the Corps, and Austin just was like,
Exactly. That little chubby Filipino kid? No.
come on, you really think that happened? And I was like,
No, it does
I don't know. I don't know.
Half the stuff this man tells you is probably a dang lie. Or
I usually,
But it's funny.
it's like the
Or the
Corona
comedic-
death toll. It's about 25% too high.
yeah.
Just about 25%.
About 10% of the story
You
is
tone
like
it down,
actually happened.
and then you find out when the facts come out, only 10,000 people died instead of 100,000. That's what actually. So like that's what
it.
actually happened. So really,
Yeah.
it's like 90% error. But Anyway,
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it.
it's good. We love you, man. We love you so much.
I'm trying to. I had like on hindsight.
Oh, and then the haircut too.
Did you have that in high school?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh,
senior
no.
year especially was when he
I
had
had
like
sideburns.
yes, he had chops. He had some chops on him, and then
Why?
and then we went on senior trip. That's when he got like the middle part, like
Oh, no.
like all the like the hipster hair. And you still do, but that's when you started like rolling up the cuffs of your jeans.
No.
I don't
Yes.
do it anymore. I don't do it
I've seen
anymore.
you do that last semester.
You cannot be a chubby
Last
kid.
semester,
Have a
did I?
part in the middle of
Yes,
your
you
head.
did it last semester with your jeans and khakis.
We were really talking about that last night because I was gonna put jeans and my Converse on. I was like, no, because I'm gonna have to cuff them up, and that's stupid. And then I wore boots.
Yeah,
No, you don't cuff up jeans at
I
all.
used to be a cuffer.
Don't be a
he
cuffer.
did. He used to be a cuffer and mad
A chubby kid.
Hawaiian shorts.
Yeah, a chubby kid cannot cuff their jeans.
I wore Hawaiian shirts because they covered up how fat I was.
Well, listen, that's okay. Listen, we're not body shaming. However, I'll say this.
I'm behind you on that one. I love Hawaiian shirts. I ain't lying. Like 3 buttons down.
Yeah.
Cool,
Popping
you're
those things like a stringer. So that's whatever.
No, not exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Freshman year, we had to have white sheets. Right, it's just part of like the standard.
Stop. I already know where this is going.
And this dude, I remember looking. I remember when I brought my girlfriend, and she was like,
Stop.
"Why is that pillow brown?"
Oh,
Like
stop.
he bleached him every time if he washed him. That thing was yellow and brown, and his sheets just had a tint to it. We were like,
Stop.
It's like the wrappings of a mummy. How they're like all
Oh.
yellow and worn down. It was like that was the blankets.
Oh no.
It was so bad. And I know exactly what you mean about 100 Kelvin. Even now today, he's nowhere near as bad today. He's definitely cleaned himself up.
It's
Freshman
well, that's what
year,
happens when you thin out, right?
Yeah. Freshman year, you
Your
just
hair more
had,
healthy.
you just sweat.
I did not believe in showering at the end of the
Oh
day. I
my
was like- I
gosh,
was
you
like,
were worse
no.
than Lukey, man.
I don't know about
And
that.
You were almost bad, dude. And like this man, so I'm a firm believer that no breath smells good. Like
Yeah.
breath just doesn't smell good.
It's
Like
not
you-
appealing.
You
Big
can't.
Ben's
I was
story.
about to say that. Yeah, I was just
You
about to
can't
bring that
just
up.
like, hey, does my breath smell bad? Like it's always gonna smell bad. Like no,
Yeah.
even if you just brush your teeth, it's just gonna smell like bad morning breath mixed with toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? And this man wouldn't brush his teeth. He'd be like, he's one of those, I got mouthwash guys. You know what I
Oh.
mean? So it would just, and dude, this dude wouldn't even spit it out. This man swallowed the mouthwash.
Shut up, that's not good for you.
Swear.
You're
He
like
would
an
say-
alcoholic.
He'd say, bottoms up.
You're an alcoholic.
Tap it on the sink and down the drain every
Oh,
time.
No.
Oh, and it smelled exactly how you think it would.
Yeah.
Mouthwash mixed with crappy breath.
Yeah. Okay, I have a story for you on bad breath. Me, Austin, and Josh and Mr. Pink went to a trip at Big Bend
I
for
heard about this. I
like
think.
a couple days. I don't know
heard
how
about
long.
this story.
Yeah.
So we're there. Austin's sleeping on like the. Oh, we're in a
The
we're
futon.
yeah he's on a futon, but we're in a like a trailer kind of thing.
Oh, trailer camper.
A trailer camper, yeah. It's like a unfoldable kind of thing.
pop-up.
Yeah, pop-up trailer. And so me and Josh are sleeping in the same bed because there's nowhere else to sleep.
That's why.
And your dad, yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Where did my dad's?
He was in the actual bed because y'all had there was an actual
was
bed,
another one,
and then
yeah.
there was one on each
I
side.
was
and,
like, oh my god, where did he sleep?
yeah, and Austin slept on the couch
He
or the
did.
futon or whatever. Yeah. So I am we're head to head, okay? And I wake up in the middle of the night for some reason.
This dude's like mouth breathing on you.
No, for some reason I kind of like hear snoring, and I'm like, okay, this dude's snoring. And I'm like, I don't want to look. He's gonna be staring at me, and I like feel it like in my ear, like on like the nape of my neck,
Oh no.
and like I almost feel it like tingle a little bit, like it's like
Condensing on
burning.
your
It's like
neck.
burning
Oh,
it. It's
yeah.
like burning my skin. It's like acidic. it's like my hairs are getting singed, and I turn over, and this dude's. Dude, it was
Oh,
rancid.
no.
It was
No.
rancid. It was so gross. So I wake him up and I said, Josh, flip your head the other way.
Yes.
So to make it even better, we weren't showering, and I'm sure my feet didn't stink, but this dude's feet stunk so bad it was almost worse than his breath.
Jeez.
So I was just stuck between bad
Jeez.
breath and stinky toes.
You had nowhere to go.
There was
You
nowhere to
should've slept
go.
with Austin,
I
bro.
just flipped my back. I
You
just
should have slept with his dad.
honestly, his dad might have been cleaner. So I just
didn't you,
flipped
like,
my back.
wake me up the next morning. I was like, hey.
Yeah, he woke me up the
my
next morning.
gosh.
And you were like, Hey, good morning.
So our beds back at school have 2 shelves over them, right? And we're pretty close in proximity of each other. So it's like probably from us, this other couch over there. And I remember I have video proof on my phone where this kid would lay flat on his back. When you lay flat in your back when you sleep, it's this. And he would snore so bad,
Apache.
and I can smell it. Dead. I'm being dead serious. You can smell it from where I am, like 10, 20, like 10,
Permeated
15
the
feet
room,
away.
man.
Jeez. And I used to have stuff designated on the shelf. Some soft, some hard stuff. There's items like knickknacks on my shelf, and I know it'd be a routine. Every time I'd wake up to him snoring, I'd just close my eyes, won't even think about it. Grab something, throw it over, hit him, and turn on your side. I was like his little nurse, man. Like he's got like freaking sleep apnea. Like, hey, you turn on your sides, you don't throw up. And like he'd be like, okay, and turn on his side, and it would shut up, turn it towards the wall. This dude was like a mummy, dude. He would sleep back, and his head would be tilted back. And his little brown pillow, and we just go to town. It like you said, permeate the room. You can see the window just condensing with like water droplets going down because of your hot freaking breath.
Just humid.
Oh my! I have video
Condensation.
proof on my phone. Yes, video proof on my phone where he sounds like a freaking Black Hawk helicopter, like the rudders, dude. It was insane.
I like instinctively sleep on my side or on my stomach now, just as a courtesy.
I'm gonna
form.
backpack you. You know what backpacking means?
No.
Like, so when someone's like, it was a safety thing that I got taught, like an online course for like defensive driving. I don't know why alcohol was on there, but it was. I just remember this specifically. It's called backpacking. So if you have someone who like you go to a party or something like that and they're consuming alcohol and blacked out drunk, you want them to be on their side when they go to sleep, not throw up on themselves. So you put a backpack filled with books and put it on their back.
So they can't roll over. Yeah. That's good. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
This dude would check for me to be on my side. Like, when it was at its worst, he'd be like, is your back against the wall? He'd make sure I, like, want to fit on my side.
Oh, man. I got something. This kid is notorious for being flaky. Very flaky.
This one, yeah.
Notorious for being flaky.
Got a good story from Brass?
He,
oh, yeah.
He, so normally the place to hang out is Austin's house. And so the times that Josh is over there, which is unfortunately very rare. We'd love to have you over there more. He will find any excuse to leave early and just not come back. But the thing is, he'll tell us he'll come back. So he'll be like, yeah, my parents went out to dinner. I have to go take out my dogs. And this is something that you actually told us.
Yes.
And you'll say, hey, man, I'll be back. I just have to go let my dogs out. Hour goes by, 2 hours goes by. Hey, Josh, you coming back? No reply. 3 hours, 4 hours. Just doesn't come back. Doesn't come back just to let your dogs out.
Online, Xbox Online.
Yeah. On Xbox.
Pegan 19.
Yeah.
Online.
Exactly. And it's been other stuff like that. And then, so that we always make fun of that because, we'll be like, oh, Josh is going to leave in an hour. He's got to go let his dogs out or like take care of the food or something.
It's like
someone just won't come back.
It's like someone's dad going to get a gallon of milk and then come back 14 years.
I had to get a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Jeez. I got a good story for him being
go
flaky.
ahead.
So, get on the court. Like, the only
This
reason
is
I
like
get
the
on the court
maddest
topic,
he's ever been at me.
I've only almost fought anybody. I'm not a confrontational guy. Like I fought someone one time. I didn't really fight. It was just me one punch and him hitting the ground because he threw a frog at me and hit my ear. And so I pummeled him right in the chest as hard as I freaking could. The second time I didn't fight him, but this is the closest I've ever been. Like fits of rage. Freshman year, there's a saying called core brass. Not gonna bore with you again. Okay. It's like this tribulation, this trial for you to become like not a fish in the Corps, but like an actual cadet in the Corps, like you're an official part of the Corps cadets or whatnot. And in order to pass it off, you have like this little sheet of paper, pretty much. It says like everything you have to get checked off, like room has to be perfect, less than 3 cuts in the entire thing, marching, uniforms, yada yada yada, a bunch of inspections and PT and stuff like that. So. This man was on the marksmanship unit on the shot. Not even the marksmanship unit, granted. This guy was on the trap and skeet team.
No.
This guy was on this trap and skeet team, and it was a Thursday afternoon. I remember this. We had training time, and the sophomore was like, "Hey, make sure your holes are ready to go. Like your room's ready to go. Like we're gonna do inspection today. And this is like the last day you have to pass it off before brass culmination. If you don't pass it off, guess what? You're not getting a brass." So I was like, "All right, we're gonna do this. Like Josh, we're gonna do this."
Well,
man.
yeah, we're gonna do it.
And he was like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna do it." Like and then he was like, "Actually, wait." I got to go to marksmanship practice. And I was like, dang, that really sucks. I was like, you know what? Just go. Because I know that's your like little thing. Just go. And so I said, how long is it going to last? He's like, it'll only be there for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I gotta go and I gotta shoot some things and like just show them, do something, and I'll be right back. Like I'm gonna go there, shoot a few rounds, and then come back. Like it's not gonna be long. It's like 30 minutes. I'll be back at 5 o'clock. It's like 5 o'clock. Okay, cool. I'll work on the room until then. I'll just keep going, and then when you get here, I'll get it inspected as much as we can. I'll fix everything, and then both of us can like hop on it. We're gonna get this thing passed off. We were in the last ones to get it.
Oh, and I got dinner.
I go.
Oh,
I go. I look at it. I'm sweating. And the sophomores are coming in there, and they're just, yelling at us. Like, I mean, it was me by myself. Everyone else had people to work with. Everyone else was there. He was the only one missing from this training time. I was sweating my behind off, bro.
Mhm.
Like, I was grinding. I was so tired, and I was just trying to fix everything, and they kept going in. It was like 4 or 5 cuts, like, every time. And then I got it to be perfect, spot on. And I'm looking at the clock, and it's like 4 o'clock, 4:30. 4:59. I was like, okay, he should be here any minute.
Yeah.
Any minute. 5 o'clock. 5:30. 5:40. And I was like, any minute now. He's coming. Like, I know he is. 6 o'clock. I grinding by myself for 2.5 hours on this room, like on my hands and knees, literally in every little corner with a knife, scraping just like old grit off the floor. Like it's been like from years of just people just living there. And this room is spotless. Like I'm talking about, you can brush your teeth looking at the tile floor. It was beautiful. And I go in, sophomore comes in, and he has, I think it was 3 cuts to fail in the entire room. 3 cuts. Which was 3 things that you failed in your inspection,
Yeah.
or like dust or anything like that. So I go, 1 cut goes by, 2 cut goes by, 3 cut go by, and I was like, okay, if I don't have any other cut, I can get signed off for both of us. And he goes, oh wait. He goes in the very, very back corner, like under the shelf, and swipes, and there's one little bitty speck of dust there. And he was like, that's your 4th cut. Sorry, get it next time, and walks out. And my soul was just crushed. And this kid didn't fall in to freaking the room. Like, it was after dinner. Because this man probably got Whataburger afterwards. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and he comes in. He was like, "Hey man, what's up? Did we get our room passed off?" And like, my face just got red. I about hit him
I could
as
see
hard
it,
as
and
I
I
could.
was like,
That was the maddest I've ever been at him, where he just like completely flaked on me. I depended on him, and he just left me.
bro, I was in my car. I was like, hey, dude, I gotta get back to help Smith. And someone was like, hey, you trying to catch dinner? And I was like, shoot,
Unfortunately, I don't have a story where
was, like, my
I've
big
ever been
wake-up.
mad at you.
That was like my big wake up call. That was when I started being a better fish.
Yeah, that was my fists were clenched, ready to roll.
That was
I
like
ready to
that
fight
was
you.
like I started improving myself after that because I was pretty bad before that. I was like,
Man.
I ain't go.
Yeah, I don't have a story where I've ever been extremely upset at you that I can think about. But I know
I got tons of.
your taste in women has improved dramatically.
Yes.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
The roast of Josh Pink's girlfriend.
Go ahead.
The ghost of Josh Pink's girlfriend's passed, honestly. So we have this thing where he's got like a girlfriend timeline all the way leading up to his current girlfriend, Sam.
Yep. Shout out to Sam. Come on the show.
Shout out. What a gal.
Mhm.
Be good with her. But
Mhm.
before that, I don't know the entire history. I just remember freshman year, him bringing girls. One was on the equestrian team.
Which makes so much sense now because
Horse
he's
boy.
a horse boy.
Horse boy. One was on the equestrian
I didn't even
team.
know.
And I swear she didn't even have a horse. She was just on it. Like, she did the events. I swear.
She cleaned the horses.
She had
She stayed in the
stereotype
stables.
Long, like perm, like curly blonde hair, like really skinny, like buck teeth. Like this
Oh.
girl galloped just to walk
Yeah,
the class.
she was a horse
Like,
girl.
galloped.
You dated a horse
It
girl,
was-
dog.
He brought her to Midnight Yell and everything. I remember this. The next girl was crazy, and I'm talking about like
Is this?
Is this the
wasn't-
3 finger?
No.
The
This-
3 finger death
Oh,
punch.
She was okay.
'cause
Her
I
name's
was-
Jane Doe. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe. This girl, when you stare into a girl's eyes, you can just tell. Like,
They're crazy.
gosh, you scare me.
There's a
just
lot
by
of
thinking
layers
about
of
it.
They're
psychopathy.
toxic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was bad. Like,
Wait, how many girls did you date before the 3 finger death punch?
There's
it's like he didn't really.
I'll
date
send
them,
you a
we were
picture of the
talking.
list when I go back to the dorm.
Tinder
no.
was created like right when we got into college, or like it was just like
No,
popular.
Tinder's old, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
Tinder was
well,
back
the
in
first-
high school.
The first time I ever heard of Tinder was coming into college.
Yeah, dude. That
Maybe
was
because I was had a girlfriend.
that was a high school thing.
It
but
was like 3 weeks in. I was like, I'm gonna make it as a joke, and then I was like,
yeah.
in my bed at night.
Ew, I don't like this.
And Bumble, man. I'm pretty sure.
He was on
I'm the-
Grinder.
yeah. Oh, probably. Just a girl. Just
I
a
can't
freak.
find any girls on Grindr, dude. What the heck is
No,
it?
she was saying, I don't really have a story about her, but I just know that I know you probably have more stories over. You know what I'm talking about, right? She lived in the Commons.
When he told me that he was talking to a girl, I was shocked because he never had any sort of experience in high school.
Dude, when he got to college, like I was thoroughly surprised. I was like, this man's got like every other midnight yell he had a girl and he'd be mugging down which I was like, okay.
But I was simp
they
in
were
high
like,
school.
This guy is more of a mentality back then was like, hey man, like
quality over quantity.
I just need a girlfriend.
4 2s equals an 8. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
4 2s equals an 8.
God.
9 1s equals a 10.
How dare you? How dare you objectify women with with a scale like that?
I respect women.
But you're a 2. Yeah. No, but like I said, he never really had a track record of female success.
Me neither, man.
I had a
in high school.
line of simping. I was the guy that did homework for people.
Dude, you did homework for people, and you went above and beyond on your homecoming proposals and your ball proposals, and it was girls that like had no interest in you whatsoever.
What do you mean go like all out?
Like I'd
very elaborate type of proposals
the numbers
for,
and
for
everything.
girls for
like-
girls that were way out of his league and also just had no interest in him, but they had to say yes because Josh is the sweet guy.
He's a special ed guy.
Yeah.
He's like a brother. Yeah,
the sweet fat Asian
He wants to
kid.
go to prom.
Yeah. So when I heard, I remember we were upstairs at Austin's house and you're like, hey, I started talking to this girl, and I was like, really? Tell me about her.
Is she real?
The first thing that this dude said.
She doesn't go to our school.
No. Yeah. The first thing, I thought that's what he was gonna say. The first thing, because I think I asked him, well, does she go to A&M? And the first thing that you told me about her was, yeah, she's missing a finger. And I was like, okay, there's no way this kid's like making that up. How do you make something like that up?
No,
and why would that be the thing that you lead with?
Yeah.
And she was
Yeah, it's your
allergic to
friend.
rain.
Yeah.
She was allergic to rain, remember?
Oh yes,
Oh.
yes.
And like our first date, it started pouring rain.
You were.
I was like, I asked you if you like liked her, and you were like, I don't know.
That's exactly how you say it too.
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh man, I remember this dude came. Like looking back, like freshman, you're going to be a core tool because you're just around the core all the time, and you don't know what regular life is.
Yeah.
And so you like it's what you talk about, and that's why people stray away from like bald people on campus, right? Well, I remember him coming back to me and telling me a story how he went over to her house and like looked at her desk and been like. And like it was like, there's dust on this. You'd failed inspection. And like that's exactly what he said. I said, oh no, you didn't. You did not just say that.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Josh.
we're not the definition
on.
of core tool, man.
Bro, I
It
pulled
was
a
bad.
room inspection
Oh
on this
my-
chick.
He was like,
You failed.
Yeah, he's like, you would have failed in a room inspection. You had dust on your.
And I bet
There's
you
more than
thought-
3 items on
I
this
was-
desk.
I'm
I was
sure you thought,
role-playing.
man, this is what being a pisshead feels like.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to role play,
Like,
dude. I was
I'm about to.
Yeah, that's exactly what
It's
you
a
thought.
brain.
Oh god.
it's role play. You've been a bad fish.
Your desk is your desk passed inspection. I'm gonna have to punish you.
40 minutes. Under booty.
PT. Drop down. I'm really trying to think here of more
There was
crap
like
to say
a
to
bunch
you.
of like in between, and they're like on the time. There's like a special mention section on the side of like chicks I talked to, and then was like, "No, this chick's crazy." And
Dude, you were into some crazy ones in high school too. I remember senior year.
Did
You had-
no names, no names.
No names, but you had a really hard crush on this girl, and I remember you were. I was even hyping you up.
Yeah, y'all
because-
played me on the.
No, we didn't play you because I thought you had it in the bag, and so, you know, this was like the day that me and Alex started dating actually, because we came over to your house afterwards.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out with. It was kind of like a double date thing.
Yeah.
And so, but for weeks you were talking about how you wanted to express your feelings to this girl. So that night, you know, we're in Alex's car. She's about to drive me home, but I'm like, okay, wait, let's just watch. Because you go up to this girl's car and you're talking. We're watching you talk for like a pretty good amount of time, and we're like, oh, he's doing it. He's definitely talking to this girl about how he feels. And turns out you just walk inside, and we're like, so I guess we leave now, right? So sure enough, we leave, and you know, I'm Snapchatting you as she's driving me back to my house, or driving me back to my car, and you're like, yeah, she doesn't like me back.
Because this is probably where he went in. I guarantee you this is the exact conversation how it goes. walks in. Okay, listen, I gotta tell you something. She's like, okay, yeah, what's up?
He's word for word so far.
Yeah.
I love you. Guaranteed. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything back. I just need you to know. I've been on this
I
for
just
such
want
a
you to
long
know.
time.
Listen,
I'm not afraid to say it to the world. I love you. Like,
listen, man. I don't need you to feel pressured into saying this back or anything. I just need you to know.
But here's a ring.
yeah.
What
I,
if?
I bought this with all my money I've saved up in my entire life. Funny story about that though.
Scavenger hunt.
The rolls ended up flipping in like
Yes.
2 months. That was weird. That was a weird time. But another thing, we used to make fun of your laugh a lot.
We still make fun of my laugh.
Yeah, I know, but we used to do it so much that like while we were making fun of your laugh, you started laughing uncontrollably, and it made it even so. Like all of us would stand around him in a circle, and just be
start
like,
doing the Josh laugh.
and then you would start laughing, so it made it even more funny.
I have like a weird like that like cackle I do now. When
That's it. We got him. We got him.
Oh man.
Not to mention this guy's working at Whataburger, and like
With the worst customer review in Texas.
again with the war stories of working at a Whataburger that I'm hearing. And look, and I worked at that same Whataburger, and it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's like 10%
It's
true
not that
stories,
deep.
man.
It's not that deep.
10%
Yeah.
true stories.
I mean, again, that place was a pharmacy, and I'll listen to those stories because I was a part of them. But again, about 25% error on
Dude.
most things.
and then I uncovered a Russian conspiracy in the fridge.
Yeah, I found Nicolas Cage selling children out of the back.
We got his order wrong, and he took the whole fryer,
Yeah.
got fried grease,
Yeah.
and threw it in the car in their face, spit on them, and shot them in the face.
And I
then
still
they
had
drove
my,
off.
yeah, it was crazy.
It was
crazy.
insane. Like,
It's crazy. This dude was yelling racial slurs at the top of his lungs, and I, brought out Antifa, and Antifa kicked his
these
butt.
3 midgets came in and just naked wrestled in front of the whole restaurant, so we shut the whole dining room down.
Yeah. Preston literally brought an AK-47 to Whataburger and shot every single person in the lobby.
And then he served.
And
that
then he made a good
AK-47.
song.
And then he made a good song. That's the exaggeration. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Shout out Preston. Come on the show. Don't come on the show.
Because you hotter than Tabasco.
Yeah, hotter than Tabasco. Came up out of high school, caught a couple stacks. I think that's
dude, it's funny.
that's honestly all I have. To be honest with you, I don't think.
Shoot,
I can't
let me
think.
keep going.
Keep going, dog. Keep going.
Let's see here. What else have we got?
I'm trying to remember stuff from high school, but
What you got from There's a lot. You were just gross, like honestly. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I had some bad habits.
Like all being said, like this man is definitely changed for the better. Like freshman year to junior year is a huge difference. Like, just-
meaning I
looks.
knew you for the better half of your worst years.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But I definitely got like the the glizzle. I guess is what you would call it.
the glizzy.
The
The
glizzy.
glizzy of it.
This is good. Who are we roasting next week? Me or Smith?
We'll flip a coin.
Okay, we'll flip a coin. Let's flip
Yeah.
a coin now.
Okay.
Ask Siri to flip a coin.
Head. Tail.
Tails. Okay.
Siri, flip a coin.
Wait, I forgot what I am. Tails.
Oh,
So
that's
me.
you. That is you.
Okay.
It
Again,
is.
post in the comments if stringers are acceptable. They're not. Go ahead and plug your stuff.
Imperium Fitness. Get on the lookout. Social media's coming out probably towards the end of this month.
There you go.
We'll post it on the page.
Slap it on there.
Right.
Slap it on there.
Episode 67. Imperium Fitness. What I'm wearing now will be great. Imperium Fitness. Imperium Fitness. We'll represent it.
We'll represent
Beautiful, Comfortable.
There you go.
Build your empire.
I'll be
Thank you
wearing
very
my
much.
own shorts. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
maybe.
No.
We'll see.
No short stealing.
We'll see him.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You can go check me out, King__Alex_ on Instagram and Twitter. Don't worry about that. But follow the Throne Room on Instagram and Twitter. And the most important thing in this entire show, go to patreon.com/the Throne Room, PATRUN/the Throne Room. There's 3 tiers on there for you. There's an intern, a producer, and an executive producer. $5, $10, and $15 each, respectively, per month. It's great stuff. Really great stuff. Also, go check out fnxfit.com. They got great supplements, great greens, protein, pre-workout, creatine,
Collagen.
supplements, vitamins, anything you want. Every single
Testosterone.
purchase gives
heavy
a gallon
squats.
of water to Africa. And if you use the code THRONE, THRONE, you get 15% off site wide.
Hydrate them kids, baby.
Can't
Yeah.
forget about our
Hydrate
other
them
bottle,
kids.
Brio bottle.
Brio bottle.
The greatest shaker bottle you were ever
Come
need.
on,
Imagine
come on.
a hydro flask
Come
and
on.
shaker bottle combined.
Come on. If you want your protein shake cold, it'll be cold. It'll stay cold for days.
And if you want your cup not to smell,
Mhm.
that's the cup.
Okay, what's the promo code for that?
It is Throne Room.
Throne Room.
All caps.
All caps, no spaces.
At Brio bottle.
There you go. Thanks so much for watching, and
Oh.